What's going on, everyone? It's been a while since I've been back in the booth, and I gotta say it feels good. I know a lot of people are gonna be buying the new Project Lucian and Project skins. I don't really know how to play any of them besides Lucian, so here's a guide to everyone who wants to get in the game. Spells right out of the gate, never differentiate, flash and heal, bam. For masteries, it's the good old standard 21 and 9. If you're an AD carry, please never put cooldown in your offense. It just takes away some of your offense, and it's never worth putting into your mastery tree. But here's where it gets a little tricky. These are the standard AD carry runes. Quints of attack speed, 9 sets of armor, 9 marks. We get it already. I say it all the time. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 standard glyphs and 4 scaling. But here's where it differentiates with Lucian. You want a quint of AD and 2 quints of attack speed because he's not a type of attack speed AD carry that a Twitch is or a Vayne is. He's more burst. So the higher AD you give him, the better his ratios and the better the burst. So really, I would just put 1 quint of AD. You can do 2. I've seen that. Even I've seen people do that in Korea even. But I've never done it. I just normally put 1. But most of the time even, I'll just go with standard attack speed, to be honest with you. But it's just what you prefer. So in lane phase, it really depends who you're going against. But see this Vayne, I don't know her skill level. I don't know what she can do. She doesn't look great, but who knows, you know? So a good Vayne can kill a good Lucian. It's really just a skill matchup. But the majority of the time in lane, you're just going to want to poke them with a Q. Poke them with a Q. Poke them with a Q. Just keep doing that. And their life, you won't really run out of mana, you know? And their life will just be drained. And when you get in the scenario that you have to go up close and do burst damage, when, not if, because it will happen, that is what you're good at. Nami can give me that effect. I forget what it's called. Sorry, people are going to flame me for that. And it helps, and it goes really well with Lucian's passive. She gives me that, and I can proc 2 of those easy. Dash, proc 2 more, and that's where he excels. You gotta remember that. Long-range AD carries like Kate are gonna tear you up. It's just fact. It's not a matter of, why do I always lane against Kate? Yo, I suck. No, it's because that's your real counter. And this Veigar is goddamn annoying. I hate that stun, even though I'm a Veigar player. But here's another example. I'm gonna show you right now. See? Bam. Pop the Q. And please, if you're in the comments, I got in a whole debate with this guy about SmartCast. I don't care if you use SmartCast. I don't care if the pros use it, they don't use it. I don't know is about how I play, and I like it. Alright, how can you flame me for something that I like doing? SmartCast or not, you can still be a good player, in my opinion. You know, that really doesn't determine your skill level. It's just preference. But anyway, like I said, keep poking with Q. Just keep doing that. Don't use your W in lane. Please don't do it. I hate that. There's nothing more I hate than a Lucian who abuses his W. Max Q, max W, max E. Although sometimes, if there is a lane like a Morgana or something, I will max E. And check out this clutch heal right here. Quinol heal! Bam! First blood. Oh no, wait, not first blood, but a kill on the enemy. Anyway, moral of the story is, don't use W unless you have to get the proc off, even with the buff. Air quotes. Anyway, item sets. Furor. Buy it. Unless you have Trinity Force, I do not want to see Home Guard. Do not buy Home Guard. I hate that. Furor should be your best friend. You know, it helps you kite, helps you team fight better. It helps you do everything that an AD carry needs to do. Now, item sets. The second one with Yumu's Ghostblade, it's kind of fallen off to me recently. I think that item needs a buff, and the preferred item set is the first one with Infinity Edge and the Phantom Dancer. That's the one that I fell in love with these past couple weeks. And the bottom is yours truly, Lucian build that I use from time to time, but I wouldn't use it too seriously like in ranked, you know. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. Now these AD carries will screw you in lane. Graves bursty, Kate's range, and Draven another bursty AD carry. These guys will screw you in lane no matter what. These are the kind of opponents that you want. You want Kog'Maw, aka Godma, you want Varus, and you want Twitch. These guys, you'll just pub stomp them. Varus, you can easily dodge his Q, which is his really only damage ability. And Kog'Maw and Twitch are just so squishy, you'll just run a train on him in lane. Here's a difficult thing that even I struggle with. The culling. Or culling, whatever. That's a bad use of culling on minions, which I do a lot. I have a very bad habit of that. But here's a good culling. Why not dash and use it during the culling? Well, you know, sometimes things like this happen where Quinn will, I think that's her Q, and now you're screwed if that would have hit. I would have been dead. So culling is kind of an interesting spell, and you really want to use it right before the team fight and never during. Never during a team fight. you do less damage with the culling than you would with your abilities and your passive procs, always before and or after to chase champions, or to weaken them before the team fight, or to pick them off in lane phase. Lucian's pros: great 1v1, very mobile, has burst, has poke like we mentioned, and here are some of his cons. If you use too much of that burst, you're going to end up at the shop asking for more mana. Skill shots, skill level, and ulti usage, which we just covered, are all things that are kind of annoying. Sorry, that's not going to be team fights. This is synergizing champions, supports. Nami, like I said, her effect buffs your passive. Braum, you can instantly proc his winter thing. Sorry, I'm bad at that. I don't play these champions, but you know what I mean. You proc that and they're stunned. And Thresh, have at it. As weird as it is with the lore, all things aside, he is the best person to synergize with on Lucian. I don't know what it is. These two just click and go together great. I love them, but my friend Shard always plays Nami, and she is awesome on Lucian as well. Bam. Good use of the culling there. Janna unfortunately ults and saves him, although I believe he had ult anyway, but would have caused him to use it. And that is a good team fight. I'm not really pursuing and diving the carries. I'm staying in the back, dealing the damage, and as long as your team is not being 100-0'd by Syndra or Vayne or some hyper carry, you can stay in the back and focus the tanks if you want. Now, I don't mean Vayne is blowing up your support and mage and you're just focusing Rammus. I just mean if the tank all's in the team fight, you can just, do some damage without immediately diving on the AD carry. But here's a bad example of that, and I'm showing it just for this reason. This team fight, Ryze went in, I don't know what he was doing there, and I just try to focus Janna. Now, without thinking, I dash away thinking Trin will dive me, but he actually goes for Zed, and my team pretty much ends up screwed because I'm in the back focusing Rammus here. And see, that's not good. If the bubble would have landed, would have been a kill, but doesn't matter anyway. I let them go. So in that scenario, yes, you should focus carries, and you should focus carries whenever you get the chance. Don't misconstrue me saying focus the tanks. It's just a matter of opinion, like when they dive. Now, see, here is where I'll see this, and I'll immediately go and dive on Quinn. Even though she hits me with the blind, the ability still hit. And that's a wrap from there, and we pretty much, I believe this game ends at a GG right after that fight. So, the thing with Lucian you always have to remember is, he's not a traditional AD carry. You can play him several ways, and he is really fun. Besides talking all the LCS strategies we want, have fun with Lucian. The most fun I've even had on this champion is going 40% CDR, and just playing Lucian and just blowing stuff up. He's like a mage at that point. It's really fun. But he's a solid pick as well, though. In ranked, he's my go-to champion, no matter if we're playing, whatever elo we're in or whatever champion is against us. He's my go-to champion, even if it's like a counter, just because I know him so well, and he's such a solid champion. He's not like who am I looking for? Like a Vayne, where if you get behind, you're screwed. Although you can get behind on him, it's just less unlikely to happen, or more unlikely to happen, I should say. So, like I said, here in the team fight, look at that Fiddle ultimate. Come on, man. What is that? I go over here. See how easily you just blow champions up? Blow Veigar up. Blow Warwick up. And the game's over. Now, I know, God forbid, there's going to be a comment that says, douchebag, this isn't Diamond Elo. What can I learn from this? Learn from some strategies, I mean, I think there's a lot you could pick up from this video. Even if you're platinum or whatever, you can pick up some stuff because my runes and masteries aren't exactly traditional. I did show some traditional ones, but like I said, that Lucian build of mine is not traditional, and I really like it. And besides, most of the time, the people that are complaining about that, my videos really aren't for Challenger Diamond. I never said that. They're like beginning tips and stuff. I don't claim to be Diamond or Challenger. I'm just a guy who enjoys posting League videos and actually has, I think, helped people. I mean, I get comments all the time that say, hey man, I'm in bronze, thank you for this video. The other guys, I don't get what the hell they're saying. So I think it's relatable in that way. So sorry if you're diamond and you can't relate, but cry me a fucking river. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I really do appreciate you guys, man. I got a video just thanking you guys for the 4 million views and for a very special announcement. And if you want to leave a comment, as always, you guys know I'll reply to it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace!